winning Trump stuns MSNBC, scores highest approval rating of presidency in latest poll. It has been blatantly obvious over the past 2 years that a primary objective of the liberal media is to oppose President Donald Trump and report everything he does or says in a negative light to undermine and disrupt his base of support. Unfortunately for the anti-Trump media, despite continuous and repeated efforts to separate Trump from his supporters, and they've thrown everything but the kitchen sink at him already, they have failed miserably in that subversive goal. Indeed, the Daily Caller reported Monday on how the results of a recent poll, which showed Trump gained in his overall approval rating and firmed up support among Republicans, left an MSNBC host and panel absolutely flabbergasted. Their stunned reaction to the poll results most likely stemmed from the fact that the survey was conducted over a 4-day period that included Trump's summit in Helsinki with Russian President Vladimir Putin, as well as the utter freakout afterward by the media and establishment politicians about certain remarks he did and didn't make at a joint press conference to conclude the summit. The poll was conducted jointly by NBC News and The Wall Street Journal July 15 to 19. And shows that Trump's overall approval rating had ticked upward to 45%, 1 point higher than in the month of June and his highest rating ever for this particular poll. Furthermore, the poll revealed that Trump enjoyed the support of about 88% of Republican voters, a hugely significant portion of his own party at this point in a first term that was exceeded by only one other president going all the way back to the end of World War II. Only former President George W. Bush enjoyed greater support among his own party base at the same point in his presidency, 96%, which was notably fueled by the outpouring of goodwill and support shown in the aftermath of the 9/11 terrorist attacks in 2001. Back to the stunned folks at MSNBC. Host Xi Hunt seemed incapable of understanding how Trump was able to garner so much support among the GOP base and turned to the lone Republican on her panel for an explanation, particularly in light of the week's events and media coverage. One thing I think President Trump has shown us, through his campaign and throughout now, in polling, is, what I took away from the 2016 election, is the American people want authenticity, stated Kevin McLaughlin, a GOP strategist from Cogent Strategies Principal. You may not like what authenticity it is, you may not like what he's saying or how he's doing it, but he doesn't back down from it, McLaughlin continued. I believe that, actually, when he goes out and does these events, I will call them, it actually helps him in flyover country. I think a lot of the outrage you see is in the ASLA corridor, Boston to Washington, D.C., where we all live and work. And when you get outside of here, yes, people say he's a knucklehead or they'll say stuff like that, but by and large you'll see people say like, I understand what he's doing may hurt me personally, but we all have to make sacrifices. The perplexed Hunt asked, so is he right when he basically says he could walk down Fifth Avenue and shoot people and people would still stand with him? He defies political gravity, McLaughlin replied. President Trump certainly does defy political gravity, as well as all of the other formerly ironclad and fundamental rules of politics that likely would have tripped up any other president long ago. In spite of overwhelmingly biased and negative media coverage, perpetually outraged liberals and obstinate obstruction from elected Democrats, Trump continues to press forward with his agenda at a breathtaking pace. The liberal media, elected Democrats and leftists may not like it, but the president's base absolutely loves it and applaud each and every policy win, even if those wins for the country as a whole